Red Bull's reign at the top is under threat, and Max Verstappen's future is suddenly up in the air. From technical struggles to swirling transfer rumors, here's how the 2025 season is unraveling for F1's former unstoppable force. There was a time when Red Bull ruled the Formula One grid, building title-winning machines that propelled Max Verstappen to his first championship in 2021, toppling Mercedes' long-standing dominance. They nailed the new ground effect era in 2022, and by 2023, the RB19 rewrote the record books, winning all but one race that season. But the tide has turned. While the RB20 started strong, rivals closed the gap fast, and Red Bull's once dominant car developed a temper, plagued by corner entry instability and balance woes. Now, the 2025 RB21 has made things even trickier, with tyre degradation and apparent correlation issues hampering development. After Verstappen's lackluster sixth-place finish in Bahrain, team boss Christian Horner pulled no punches when speaking to select media, hinting that something deeper may be stalling their progress. Christian Horner pointed to Red Bull's aging 70-year-old Bedford wind tunnel, a facility the team has heavily upgraded over the years, as a possible culprit behind their correlation woes. But Verstappen isn't convinced that's the whole story, suggesting the root of the problem runs deeper than just outdated infrastructure. Of course, we're not entirely happy with it, and we're working on a new wind tunnel. It just takes time, but we already knew that. It's not a new thing this season. We saw back in 2023 that you can't detect certain things in the wind tunnel. But the team has experience with that, so they know which direction they should develop in. The only issue is that they can't perfect some small details. But it worked in 2022 and 2023. And in 2021, we also had a good car under different regulations. So I wouldn't just attribute everything to the wind tunnel. Verstappen's comments echoed Horner's to some extent, with the team boss acknowledging that correlation issues are especially tricky in the final year of the current regulations, adding another layer of complexity to Red Bull's development struggles. We're at the end of a set of regulations where the gains are very, very marginal. And I think we're seeing some of the shortcomings in our current tunnel that struggles in that area, he said. But even with a faulty wind tunnel, Red Bull is gearing up for a major push at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, with a significant upgrade package in the works for the RB21, and sources close to the Milton Keynes camp say it's just the beginning. While tweaks to the wing setup for Jeddah's high-speed layout are expected, the real magic will be happening beneath the surface. The focus? A complete rethink of the car's underfloor aerodynamics. The team is modifying the central section of the floor where it meets the Venturi tunnels, shifting the aerodynamic pressure rearwards, a move that could transform how the RB21 behaves on track. But that's not all. Word is, Red Bull is also making internal changes to the side pod layout to streamline fluid dynamics and tweak the car's weight distribution, pushing every inch of what the regs allow. The RB21, like Ferrari's SF25, is suffering from a clash between aero setup and mechanical balance, and that's been hurting Max Verstappen and Yuki Tsunoda's performances. But this isn't a one-shot fix. Jeddah marks phase 1 of a 3-part upgrade plan, with Miami and Imola to follow. In short, Red Bull's going all in. These next 3 races could be make or break in restoring their dominance. Now, these upgrades received a hurry up as Red Bull have come out the gates limping this 2025 season. Although Verstappen was able to nab a win in Suzuka, the team have been on the back foot in the other 3, which is why Max Verstappen's future with Red Bull set the paddock buzzing on Thursday in Saudi Arabia, after a surprising admission from the team's motorsport advisor, Helmut Marko. Speaking to Sky Germany, Marko confessed he has great concern over the reigning 4-time world champion's long-term commitment to the team. The comments come hot on the heels of Verstappen's underwhelming performance in Bahrain, where he slipped 8 points behind McLaren's Lando Norris in the Drivers' Championship, adding even more fuel to the speculation swirling around Red Bull's star driver. The concern is great. Improvements have to come in the near future, so that he has a car with which he can win again. Marco's comments came in the wake of a frustrating weekend in Bahrain, where Verstappen could only salvage a sixth-place finish, just 3 spots ahead of new teammate Yuki Tsunoda, while McLaren's Oscar Piastri stole the spotlight with a commanding performance. When asked directly about Marco's concerns, Verstappen didn't shy away from the conversation. "I'm just focusing on driving and don't think about any other scenarios. I just keep working, keep trying to improve the car. Naturally, Bahrain wasn't a great weekend for us. I think we were all pretty disappointed with that. We just keep on trying to improve the car, come up with new ideas to try on the car. That's how I go about my weeks, trying to improve the situation." Rumors have long swirled about Verstappen's future, with whispers of potential moves to Mercedes, Ferrari, and now even Aston Martin, especially after Red Bull's iconic designer Adrian Newey jumped ship to team up with Fernando Alonso's rising squad. But when pressed on the speculation, the Dutchman remained cool and composed, simply responding, "A lot of people are talking about it, except me. Like I said before, I just want to focus on my car, work with the people in the team. That's the only thing that I'm thinking about in Formula One at the moment. I am happy. I am not very happy with my car. But we all want to be better. There is no secret in that. We all want to improve. I'm very relaxed." Verstappen and Red Bull are hoping to turn the tide at Jeddah's lightning-fast street circuit, a track where the Dutchman has already tasted victory in both 2022 and 2024. With the pressure mounting, this could be the perfect stage for a statement comeback. "We're still trying things with the car," he said. "Are there things that we can improve? We're constantly trying to improve the car, I guess. And that's what we'll try to do again this weekend. How much we can fix it here, I don't know." Sharing the spotlight with Verstappen at the press conference, Fernando Alonso couldn't help but smile at the swirling rumors, calling the chatter linking the reigning champ to Aston Martin very good for the team. A little stir in the silly season, and Alonso's clearly loving it. This says a lot about the project that we at Aston have and the future that this team has. Would I welcome Max as a teammate? Yes, but it's unlikely to happen. Very unlikely. The other team that has been linked with Verstappen is Mercedes. Team boss Toto Wolff in the past has not been secretive of wanting to sign Verstappen should he call it quits with Red Bull. Now, where does that leave his current star driver George Russell? Well, George Russell isn't losing any sleep over the idea of Max Verstappen potentially joining Mercedes. In fact, he welcomes the challenge. Confident in his form and abilities, Russell believes he can go toe-to-toe with anyone on the grid. Verstappen's rocky start to 2025 has once again stirred up speculation about his future, especially after Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff's very public chase for the Dutchman last season. While Wolff admitted his interest in Verstappen was real, he's since shifted focus, bringing rising star Kimi Antonelli into the fold. Still, with Russell delivering an impressive 3 podiums in the first 4 races and regularly mixing it up with the front-running McLarens, the 27-year-old, out of contract at season's end, remains unfazed. As far as he's concerned, his results speak for themselves. Why wouldn't they want to sign Max? It's totally understandable. He's the best at the moment. He's a 4-time world champion. That's not anything against me or Kimi. There's 2 drivers for every team, and he is one person. So that doesn't concern me one bit because the performance is my currency, and right now I think I am performing as good as anyone on this grid. Red Bull's future hangs in the balance. Can upgrades save their season, or is Verstappen eyeing the exit? Hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. Is Max staying put, or are we in for a seismic F1 shakeup?